Welcome to episode 167 of the Reptile Gumbo podcast. This is our a one-on-one episode, but we're one short of the one-on-one.
He's on the way.
He is on the way. I hope. If he's not stuck in traffic. Oh, yeah. Those are probably cranked way up. Is that better?
Yeah, that's a lot better.
Our board is still set for when you
when I did it with my kids.
With your kids.
Who were convinced that if they couldn't block every noise from around them out, then the headphones were not loud enough.
So, it's just an us episode. We don't have a guest for this week.
That's okay. We all have a lot going on, all three of us.
There's a lot going on. So, I'm looking at the chat already. Todd asked how my clutch of ball python eggs are doing.
We're not sure because we've never done this before.
No, I'm pretty sure they're not going to make it.
They're kind of starting to deflate a little bit.
Not starting. They're pretty deflated. I mean, they were full of veins, and the humidity was right inside there. I couldn't make it any more humid inside there. But they've all deflated pretty much, and I don't have overwhelming confidence that they're going to make it. So
it's really sad. I'm not telling Joe. That's all you.
That's fine. But the boas are doing well.
She's going to be devastated.
Most of the boa babies have shed, and so I'm about to split them up into individual tubs, and then I'm going to try and feed them. So what I do when I have babies, just for anybody that's listening, gives a shit. Whenever I have babies, whether they're sand boas, boa constrictors, whatever they are, I take the babies. They all go in the same tub together in a rack with wet paper towels for the first week or two until they have all shed. And then once they have all shed, then they get separated into their own tubs on paper towels. And we go from there and see who eats. And hopefully all 15 of them eat.
That's exciting.
I hope so. I don't know how to feel about aneries, but still.
My students are so excited about our snakes. It's so cute. Sorry, I didn't realize the volume was turned on.
I'll say everybody can hear your computer.
I'm sorry.
So you want to do our sponsor stuff?
I sure can.
I got mine ready.
We'll be here any minute. But if you're looking for a high quality PVC rack, look no further than Lone Star Reptile Racks. They offer a variety of sizes for all types of snakes, geckos, rats, and more. You can even order something custom. Shipping is available, or you can plan to pick up at a Herbst Reptile show near you. Visit lsreptileracks.com to reach out to Lone Star Reptile Racks and place your order today.
Yes, do that. Do it now. And also, I want to thank Lil's Shop of Horrors, because Lil's Shop of Horrors is a small feeder and pet supply business based in San Antonio, and they regularly schedule feeder meetups around San Antonio, as well as other neighboring towns and cities. They offer shipping on their feeder insects, isopods, and are working on starting shipping on their feeder rodents too, which I have used. I like the rodents. They were nice. They were clean. My snakes ate them. They turned them into poop, so I guess that's good. All feeders are raised on a nutritional diet that optimizes the health of the reptile and the amphibians that consume them. So give a shout out to Lil's Shop of Horrors. LIL''S. If you need feeder insects, go ahead and reach out to them. They can get those shipped to you. If you're in that area in Texas, you can get frozen rodents from them. Again, I was very pleased with them. I've fed them out, and they turned them into poop, and my snakes haven't died. So I guess that's good. That is.
I guess that's what you're going for.
So really all you can ask for. They turn rats into poop. Also, shout out to Herbst Shows. I need to pull that up. Last time we were here, the website wasn't working. And now, there we go. Shows and dates for Herbst. Let's see. Coming up, we have Lake Charles, June 3rd and 4th. Should be interesting. Again, we haven't been there in 4-ish years. So
I'll be there for Saturday.
Yeah, I think
we may drive over for the day Saturday and then drive home that night.
Yeah, because I don't think we're not recording at that one.
I don't think so, but Sunday, Joe and I have plans.
Yeah, and then Conroe. Yeah, we won't record there because we have Conroe, Texas, just a week later.
Mm-hmm. The 10th and 11th.
And we'll record in Conroe. So Conroe, Texas, Herbst Show, June 10th and 11th. That's the big one. Then over to Shreveport, June 24th and 25th. I'd love to go, but I can't because, I'll get out there. Then Slidell, Louisiana, July 22nd, 23rd. Then up to Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, July 29th, 30th. Down to Corpus Christi, Texas, August 12th and 13th. School will have started back by then.
Yeah.
Then Bryan College Station on August 19th and 20th. And then back to Conroe, September 9th and 10th. So come see maybe us at some of these shows. Come see Robert at all of them except for Oklahoma. So come check us out. We did just have the Pearland show. For anybody that listened to our show last week, we had the Pearland show. We had some pretty good interviews on that one. Todd Sanders, who's in our chat right now, maybe not a good interview, but he was there.
Whatever.
We did interview him. Asked him about his first show. We talked to Shane and Shannon Beard over at Cajun Hognose. That was cool. They had some really pretty hog noses. I really like talking to Rob Klockman over at Rocky Taki.
Oh yeah,
had a 3D printed stuff. That was really cool. We sat down with some chick named Kayla Powell. Just check that out.
Both of you are awful.
And then Terrence and Twanza, Thomas, Feathers and Fins. But yeah, Rob Klockman of Rocky Talkie was interesting with his 3D printed stuff. So I bought a 3D printed tardigrade from him. I really don't know what
I was just going to say, go ahead and explain what it is in case they don't know.
Tardigrades are fucking amazing. They're microscopic animals. They also are called water bears, and they're basically indestructible. They can survive in the space of in the vacuum of space. You can freeze them, dry them out, rehydrate them, warm them back up, whatever. They'll come back to life. They're basically indestructible. I got a little 3D printed model one, and my kids were doing animal reports, and I had a kid who missed the day when they got to pick their animal, and so she needed an animal, and I had that model. I was like, you get to do the tardigrade, so she did a tardigrade report.
What did she think about that?
I haven't really asked her, but she happily took it.
That's a tough one, man.
No, it's not. It's awesome. Tardigrades are cool. See, Anal Side Exotics is here.
They said they just got done processing quail.
Yeah.
I have all kinds of questions about that.
That means killing.
I know, but like, what are the steps involved? What do they do? Do they like take feathers off too? Or are they for their consumption?
Oh, I've been there for animals.
I have so many questions. The world needs to know.
About sea anal side
Shut up.
exotics and their quail?
They're so bad. This is why I need Robert. Because Robert tolerates these types of jokes and I just roll my eyes at you.
I'm just pronouncing what's on the screen there.
Whatever.
Anyways.
You know our dog is going to go bananas when Robert comes in.
Is she out of the crate still?
No, she's in her crate, but she has a mild love obsession with Robert.
So anyways, check out Herps. Check out Lil's Shop of Horrors. Check out Lone Star Reptile Racks. I just heard a knock on the door. Oh,
he's getting going with the little hammer loop on the shorts.
Robert is in our hallway.
I'm about to make some noise, y'all. Sorry.
Come on.
Robert
I was just talking about how our dog was going to go bananas.
Just drove straight through from the river without stopping.
Ignore all noise.
You need to go pee, the bathroom.
You need to tinkle, Robert.
You just drove in from DeRitter.
DeRitter. Oh,
well, the last hour was the worst because it took me an hour to get the 20 minutes it normally takes me to get from the shop to here.
Oh, that's the worst.
Oh, yeah, DeRitter is in Louisiana. Did you see my post the other day of places in Louisiana?
It was beautiful, and I thought it was great.
I could pronounce all of them. Pretty good.
I could.
Me too.
Yeah. It was for those of you who are like, what the hell is he talking about?
Oh.
It was a meme that phonetically spells lots of different things.
Different cities.
Different cities in Louisiana.
All the bastardized French named cities.
It was great.
They and if you're not from there, they can be tricky. If you haven't heard them.
I thought you had like a still going over here or something.
No, it's just a Mr. Ferkley.
Actually just turned off.
Going through some of the names on there, it was Natchitoches, which if you want meat pies, that is the place. There's a gas station right there.
But it's spelled Natchitoches.
It's spelled Natchitoches, but they have the meat pie festival in Natchitoches. If you've never had a meat pie, then
I prefer fruit pies.
There you go. But Lafayette's on here. That's not a hard one to pronounce. Well,
people fuck it up.
I say it does say Lafayette on here because that's how they say down there, but I refuse to say that because he was French.
Pause. Timothy, if you would like to contact Robert about anything, you can reach out to him at ellisreptileracks.com.
There's a contact me function or just text me at the phone number that's on there.
Yeah. Plaquemines Parish. That's an interesting one.
Yeah.
I found it funny that Rapides was on here because when I moved to Rapides Parish, I didn't know how to pronounce it because it's spelled Rapides. So I did have to.
Sorry, I borrowed the board from my classroom the other day, and the kids, if it wasn't like screaming at you, then they couldn't block everything else.
Everything on Facebook.
We were so excited. I wish I could have posted their faces.
Danielle said we make Natchitoches meat pies every year for Christmas from her great grandmother's recipe. God love it.
Take forever to make.
Casachi, that was another one. But if anybody's Casachi corns or
if you listen to the show more than twice, you've heard Casachi.
Yeah. Homa's on there. Homa is one of the best places to go down just outside of Homa. Great for fishing. If you love redfish, it's great.
You never catch Cajun limit.
So New Orleans is on this list, and I only say this. It should be on the list because I fucking hate people that pronounce it New Orleans
or Nolans
or Nolans. No one fucking says that. I was on a plane coming back into New Orleans, and the fucking flight attendant nonstop kept saying Nolans. It's like, stop that. No one says that.
People from there don't say that.
The Chupatulas.
Choptulas.
Yeah.
Chapatulas.
Did you just fail?
I did. I may have.
You did.
Because anything below 100 is an F.
Chifuncta.
Chifuncta.
Chifuncta is a hard one. It is spelled T-C-H-E-F-U-N-T-E.
Oh yeah, that one gets me every time.
Chifuncta.
Yeah, that one gets me.
Those T's in front. Then you have Tangapaloha.
There's a bunch of that aren't on there.
Tangapaloha.
Tangipahoa.
Tangipahoa.
The only reason I know that is
Tanga-
because when
Tangi-
I worked for the basketball
Tangipahoa.
company, we had our master plumber lived in Tangipahoa Parish, and he used to say it
Tangi-
all the time.
Washita is always a weird one because it starts with an O. R-Q-M-E. Oh, no, not Q-N-O.
There's no T. Washita.
Yeah.
Washita, there's a T.
But at the end, you just said Wachita.
Washita.
Okay, whatever. I'm not gonna.
Opelousas. Opelousas was where one of our guests from last week was from.
Mm-hmm.
Cajun Hognose is there from
I can't remember the name
Opelousas.
of the town in Tangipahoa Parish he lived in because it's just as much of a
A Atchafalaya. If anybody's ever driven through Louisiana on I-10, you will know the Atchafalaya Basin because it's that long ass fucking bridge that you're on for like 20 something miles, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
It's a long fucking bridge, and now they apparently have cameras on either side of it that will tell if you're speeding.
It's not cameras. It's cameras with a timer, and if your vehicle takes less than 18 minutes to get across the bridge, they're going to mail you your ticket.
Yeah, because they know that at that speed you average.
Yep.
So he lives in Tickfall.
Oh yeah, take fall
yeah.
on that one. Lafourche. Don't pronounce the R. It is Lafourche.
Lafourche.
Lafourche. Laplace, which is spelled Laplace.
But there's so many that aren't on that list.
What's the one?
I do
It's
love
Robert's
the one
favorite.
little unincorporated area there in Tangipahoa Parish is Pumpkin Center.
Yeah.
What's the one with the pie place outside of
LeCount.
LeCount, but it's spelled Lecompte.
Lecompte.
Because I have
Oh,
family.
God, now I want pie, James.
I have family that's last name is Lecomte.
Yeah.
And that's how they spell it.
And that is how they spell it.
Todd says it sounds like our mics are off a little bit, but I don't know, Todd.
Todd's been in the truck with me all day. His head might be off.
That's true. Facebook user can't stay for more than a minute. But
For the adoring public, I guarantee
my
that's
dad,
your dad.
that's probably my dad. I imagine that's my dad.
I did have to tag him in that post. It was.
I'll
we
get
can get to that Facebook post first because
We'll do that one.
I needed adoring fans.
100% was the same.
Oh. Yeah, we do not need Katie in stereo, right?
No, please no.
Yeah,
no, I needed some positive vibes, and I knew that our listeners would not disappoint. And that's so when I sent you the question, I was only partially joking that we should post it.
John Tyler Grant says it sounds funky too. I don't know. Well, the good thing is it should be recording fine, unless Katie fucked up my board.
I didn't touch anything other than the two knobs you told me I could touch, and that was this
you
red
touch
one
my
here
knobs.
and that red one there.
Oh, that one?
Yep.
And this.
Yep, those are, and the record button. That's all I touched.
Okay, well, hopefully it's fine. I don't know. They say they can hear me fine. They can barely hear Kate.
Can we get that on record somewhere?
I do talk into the microphone, so that does tend to be a
I'm
problem.
talking into the microphone.
I've got you turned down some because I got
Robert just sat down though.
It's probably me. I probably flipped it up.
So Katie wanted to ask this question this week. What keeps you coming back to our podcast? So I asked it.
And they did not disappoint. And it 100% made my week. And even today, after I had to write a kid up, I pulled up my Facebook and was like, look at all the people that love me. It was beautiful.
They pretend to at least. Our friend Brittany over at Repticulture said it's Katie's beautiful face. This is a
I'm going to throw punch you. Shut up.
This is a podcast. And it's mostly audio, but still,
She watches on this live stuff that you make us do.
It's going to get better in about 2 months, a month and a half.
Yeah.
I'll explain that later too. Tracy Renee said, I've been listening since the very first one, and it was the first podcast I had ever listened to. We popped her cherry. So I would say it's because of the combination of that. Y'all are entertaining. I know I am. Thank you. Most guests are either my friends or people I know, which we all kind of know the same people. And I like to support my friends. Well, we appreciate it, Tracy. Thank you for listening. Corey Martin said it's my soothing radio voice.
I agree 100%.
I don't
That's the
hear
only
it.
reason I agree to be on here.
I don't hear it.
Even when we were in college and I couldn't sleep, I just wanted to listen to you talk. And I used to make you tell me like random snake facts.
Yeah, I'd have to run to like corn snake genetics.
And that's what I would fall asleep to because I couldn't sleep.
There was lots of corn snake genetics. So
That's
that was our pillow
You
talk.
would think that all the genetics talk, that shit would stick in my brain.
Not a damn bit of it.
Not at all.
No clue. Oh, Cianel said all the food talk keeps them coming back.
Yeah.
We talk about food someone here? That's crazy. John Dogger said sound is only in my right earphone now. It may
might
be
your
you.
earphones.
It might be your ears.
Would those be
John.
earbuds?
No,
Headphones?
John Grant definitely has Dollar Tree headphones, like the cheap ones. That's what he's got. Todd Sanders, who's over here, said, I've been listening for a long time and always enjoy y'all's content. Y'all's podcast is unique in that you are not trying to put anyone down. Oh, you don't listen to enough. That's true. Well, I think I don't try.
You really
I
don't.
put them down.
They do it
Pretty
themselves.
He said it's always educational in some way, and y'all make me laugh. You're welcome. See, Rhonda said the sound is fine. I think it's just John Grant's
I
head.
think John's got, Oklahoma headphones. They
So
don't
I
work
think I think my favorite one though has been Nathan Holcomb's. He said it was all three of us combined because James is an ass. I'm the one.
Whoa.
I'm the one that lacks the knowledge on things, so I ask the questions.
I'm the one who lacks knowledge.
No, listen, because I'm the one that asks questions that he's not able to ask when we record. So I'm obviously asking questions that other people want to know. And Robert has some funny stories and is usually just a great supportive co-host, which I agree 100%. He also loves that we are blunt and we have a twisted humor.
I don't know what he's talking about. I find myself to be very
shut up and
shy.
No, sir.
Nice. I don't say a lot of mean
sir.
things. Chris Markway said, I just like the show. It's informative, funny, and just a good podcast. Great to listen to at my soul-sucking job or at home cleaning snake poop. It's a podcast for all occasions.
Glad we can be.
That's what I'm aiming for. I want to help make your soul-sucking job better.
Oh, did you read Charles Lattimore's?
I was about to.
Oh, consistency. If you only knew how hard it was for James to keep us all consistent.
I am very. So there's two things about podcasts that one, and it's funny. This one thing that's very important to me is sound quality.
Yeah.
John Grant's ears not included. Sound quality is important to me. I can't stand listening to a podcast where the sound quality is horrible. I've quit listening to many of them because of that. And the other is consistency. I firmly believe that the moment we're like, we'll take this week off. We'll take this week off. And it will just roll downhill and eventually we will stop doing the podcast. There's a lot of podcasts in that way. There are very few. Look, we're on episode 167.
Yep.
And what are you doing, Katie?
I was turning my mic off and on in hopes that maybe sometimes you turn things off and turn it back on, it fixes it.
Lewis,
I think my volume might be turned down a little bit
on your mic.
Yeah. There we go.
We
So
really
I can hear
should fix
myself
this
better. I
before
don't know
you-
what everybody else thinks, but I can hear myself. So.
There you go.
So yeah, consistency is a big thing for me. I want to try and put out a podcast every week. Now we do take some off, like around Christmas. We definitely want to take off Christmas.
I mean, sometimes we want to hang out with our families.
I've hung out with your family a lot.
They're so wonderful.
Yes, John, we know. We've discussed it. It's been 100 episodes since you've been on, and we're definitely going to have you and Callie.
Well, now that you live in Texas and have better internet quality, it's
Right.
going to be a lot easier to make that happen.
Right.
Yeah, now that you have internet because you're in Texas, not Oklahoma.
I like that so many people say we keep them laughing. They're learning stuff along the way.
Michael Stringer said it has a homey feeling with a sense of humor of the host that make me feel I'm listening to my own circle of friends. You've got a fucked up circle of friends, man. I
Well,
apologize.
just like our circle.
It's a genuine feel to it. Plus, he has a long list if he ever goes to Texas.
Miss Help Me and Three Guys. Remember her?
Yes.
Oh
She
yeah,
reached out today. She's going to do that project.
nice. God,
I'm not telling that story.
No, I'm not telling that story. No. But just know that there's some interesting customers out there when you're at a reptile show.
Yeah.
And anyone listening
Especially when they're named after us.
anyone listening would be very proud of how Robert and I handled the situation.
I am very proud.
We didn't giggle at all until they walked off.
I was shocked. Let's just put it that
I
way.
didn't
I
say-
think we were both shocked as well.
I think that's
She
why
was
you
going
didn't
for it.
react.
I think she was going for it, and we were pretty good that we didn't react and go, what?
What?
Pictures there, it didn't happen. Anyways.
I like hearing people that sound like people. So there goes with your sound quality.
We sound like whale people.
We
What?
sound like normal people.
Normal.
I don't think they had anything about sound quality. I think they mean about
Narwhal?
We
we're not
sound like
pretentious. and we
Regular
don't-
people.
Yeah.
I want to be normal. Let me be normal.
Good luck with that.
Ugh.
And then Darren Watson said James's dad, of course.
So of course I had to tag Sam in the post. So Sam said that Darren knows how to make an old man feel good about his wiseassery, and then James says,
Darren knows how to make old men feel good. Good job, Darren.
Don't ever forget who is the reason for your podcast success.
So I'm interested. I'm not interested. I'm excited that in a month and a half, we should have better video quality.
We should.
So I'm taking an internship. I guess internship. That's a little wink.
It is an internship.
Internship with the University of Houston in the genetics department. It's a paid internship, which is going to allow me to buy a new camera, like a real camera. Yeah.
I mean, the research has already begun, and for those of you that don't know him well enough to know, let's just say it took us 2 months to pick out what shade of tan we were going to.
Whoa! That's not a me thing. I don't research paint colors.
No, but you couldn't agree on anything I brought home.
I can't help but you have bad
What are you
taste.
guys gonna paint?
Well,
Nothing.
this was at the old house.
Old house.
2 months to pick what color tan we were going to use.
I don't think that was all my fault.
He researched flat screen TVs for 6 months before he finally bought one.
Yeah.
I believe it.
I've researched drones for about a year and a half.
Well, that's because you can't afford one.
That's true, but I will be able to soon, along with my new camera.
You should just have my philosophy on it. Oh, look, there's a drone.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out later.
Yeah.
That's what happened that night.
That is what happened. We went shopping. You saw a drone. You bought a drone.
Yeah, but that drone was only $400 when you want like $1,000.
Yeah.
So.
The great thing is I'm too poor, like super poor. That's not a possibility for me.
So our friend
It
John
really
Grant,
wasn't a possibility.
That's awful. Our friend John Grant just said that Lily, Henry, and Violet all say hello. If you don't know the Grants, so
Well, tell Henry and Violet I said hi.
Oh, you hush. You just don't like that Lily doesn't like you.
I think this should be. No, it's Lily's cool. She gave me a hug right before she left.
Well, I was
she just
actually
looked at James and was like, nope.
Yeah, I love that she doesn't put up with your shit. It's great. Please tell Violet thank you for the sweet little lizard bracelet that I had in my pocket.
Please tell Violet thank you for not shooting me.
Oh, you hush.
Or taking me to her home planet. Or beaming me up Scotty. Little alien kid.
She's fabulous.
She is. She likes me. I like her.
Yep.
Lily's
Lily don't put up with you.
I mean, I don't want to talk badly of a small child, but anyways.
You're such a mess.
So on the theme of, there was 21 comments on this post. Damn.
I know.
On the theme of podcasts and all that, we did also post a question. It was, where do you prefer to get your reptile education? Podcast, TikTok, books, social media. And I did not realize there were so many damn answers on this one.
I didn't realize there were so many options out there. Like, I don't even know what Google Scholar is. So I feel like
it's scientific literature, scientific papers, like research.
It's nothing we want to read.
Well, I Googled it because I didn't know what it was. And now I know what it is.
Yeah. It's a good
It's pretty cool, though.
Yeah, it's a good place to find free or sometimes free. A lot of it sometimes is pay. Which I don't think scholarly paper should make you pay. I get that they need to make money somehow on certain things, but sometimes it's just information. Information should be free. But our buddy Drew over at the Learnings who said podcasts, of course, this one, because we're super educational all the time.
We try.
Books and scientific papers via Google Scholar. Danielle, who's in the chat, says I usually do my research as much as possible via podcast or internet search or YouTube. Yeah, I've become that person that goes straight to YouTube when I want. I'm like, I know that I have a small attention span.
But you need to watch. Sorry.
What was that?
I had to yawn, and I was trying.
I thought you were having a stroke.
I didn't want to yawn on the camera.
My God. I thought we were about to grab her tongue.
You know what I thought in my head? I thought about the green tree pythons when they yawn. And you see the horribly disfigured jaw. That's all I could imagine myself looking at. Anyways. What was I saying?
I don't remember at this point. Oh, YouTube.
Oh, yes. You were fussing at me the other night because you asked me a question and I Googled it. And you were like, don't read the answer off of Google. And I'm like, for the record, I'm reading it from this website. And then this website.
And this website. So it wasn't don't read it off Google. After being a teacher long enough and doing research projects here or there with kids, when they Google search something, they'll search it in Google. And if it doesn't show up on the little blurb there for the website, they're like, I can't find it, because they don't know how to click on a link and go to a web page and actually read the web page.
Think it's on AI.
No, they're already using Chat GPT, to answer shit, which doesn't help them because they're still fucking stupid.
Dude,
Because
I told ChatGPT to make me out a plan 4 meals for a family of 3 for under $100 for the week, and it did. And then I told it to give me the recipes, and it did. And then I told it to make me a grocery list, and it did. And it was
Is it
perfect.
legit?
Legit.
Did you
perfect.
cook them?
Not yet. I just did it today. I saw somebody do it on Facebook, and I was like, no way. And I did it, and that shit worked perfectly.
yeah, the problem
It's scary.
the problem with it is kids can have it write a paper for them.
Yeah.
And then another kid can come along and have them write the same paper, and it won't write the same. It won't be the same
Yeah.
paper.
Because it's intelligence.
Yeah.
It's
But-
pulling out information. It's doing what we would do. It's doing research from different sources like we would do and pulling it in.
But the problem is kids are using it and not getting any information.
100%.
You know, it's a
Whereas we would use it and be like, oh, hell yeah, we use meal plan for the week.
well, it's the technology was supposed to make us smarter, and it 100% has gone the opposite direction. You know, I remember as a kid just like searching web pages and like reading web
I
pages
think
and trying
everyone should have to watch Idiocracy once a year.
to.
Have you seen it?
Yes.
Because we're going there.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
going there.
Yeah, we're a dumb society. We're just fucking dumb. The Reddies, they missed our first question. They said they missed that one. We watch because y'all are awesome and you interview very interesting people all throughout the hobby, including them, I guess. So way to toot your own horn there, Reddies. Yeah. And then the question we're currently on, they said they missed this one as well. You really should start paying attention, guys.
Oh my gosh.
They started getting the
They've
information.
been busy with their chameleon Facebook group.
That's true. Getting the information from forums, then they got introduced to people living in the area with animals and interested in and asked questions for many years. This is Lee. See, Lee is the one talking. It's not Amanda. Because in the past, it'll be like, oh, it's Lee, and then it'll be Amanda. The fuck do you want, Chris? Sorry. For nobody looking at the chat. Snakes in the fat man. Chris.
I would love to hear what Chris has
You're
to
such
say.
a dick.
I mean, one of my favorite people.
You know,
I haven't talked to him in a really long
I thought earlier,
Oh my
See, he said it's
god.
City Doing too.
I don't know. It's gotta be the internet connection or something.
Because not everybody's hearing it.
No, because there's a bunch of people that are saying that it sounds fine on their end.
So it's gotta be. But the good thing is when it goes out recorded, it's recorded on equipment and it will sound fine. That is
so weird.
That is my saving grace is the soundboard. If anything happens, the soundboard. I remember back to when I didn't have it and think of all
He
the
says
issues I
it's
had.
not. I don't know what that means.
I don't know. I don't know, Chris. I don't know. It sounds fine on my end. And I'm the
sorry.
only one that matters.
You are not.
Anyways, going back to where people get their information from. Megan, our friend Megan, says combination of podcasts, books, places like the Orient Society, who does a lot of stuff with indigo snakes. It's a cool place.
What if we close it out and come back in?
I'm not closing it out. I'm already going. Oh, great. He has one more question. I'm sure we're going to answer this one too. The Rattlesnake Conservancy, that's a good one too. Tracy Renee said a combination of talking to breeders and keepers. That's why I say go to shows, because you can talk to a breeder. Again, when you go to a show and pick a breeder, did I gain weight? Fuck you, Chris. Fuck.
If you
I don't
mean
even
the
know.
weight of the chameleon in the corner, yeah.
I don't even know why I consider him a friend at this point.
Oh, don't be mean.
It's just, I mean, because in reality, he's just a ball python person, pretending not to be a ball python person. I did think I felt bad earlier. I was on YouTube and I realized that Chris had podcasts on there, and like I haven't listened to any of those.
You haven't listened to any podcast in a really long time.
I did listen to. I'm currently listening to the boas one because they're talking about Madagascan boas. So they're talking about ground boas and Dumerl's boas, and they're talking about the Madagascar tree boas. And so I have been listening to that one, but it's taking me like 4 days to try and get to the episode because I only listened to it on the short drive in the truck. Our friend Natasha Ray White, because it works, said that Flavius is where they get their education from. If nobody's ever met Flavius, they do all the herp shows. And the great thing is Flavius can pretty much tell Douglas Ray White anything, and he will believe it.
Did you see my comment?
Yeah, about Tums on the eggs for calcium.
Yep.
And then Brandon Coleman said you got to use the colored ones, though. The
Yes,
color Tums.
yes. Because Brandon's the one who actually got Doug on that, but I think Flavius originally.
If Flavius agrees,
I remember how it wasn't Flavius, but yeah, it's a great story about Doug. So
I love
but yeah,
Doug.
Brandon got him good on that one.
Corey Martin says, when I'm learning about a new species, I typically look to scientific papers and books. That's because Corey's a smart person and goes to scientific papers. I just go with the what I've heard for the last 20 years and go, yeah, that's got to be right. That's why I use heat rocks. It's supposed to use heat rocks, right? No? Okay. Well, I'm going to keep using them because they work and I don't care what y'all say. She just talks with friends, experience with the species, and then looks for podcast episodes featuring breeders. That's pretty much the same thing. I mean, a lot of people are reaching out to different places, not just looking at one place, which is good. I would like to hear like what a current 16-year-old in this society's answer would be. I imagine it would just be TikTok or something. I sound really old now. I'm going to get off my lawn guy. Just fucking TikTok. Fucking kids and their TikTok. But yeah, this podcast, again, you should be listening to this podcast because we are super educational. We can tell you exactly how to keep your animal.
We're super educated.
Well, what do I say?
What the fuck is that supposed to mean, mister?
Also, there was...
Just because you have more degrees than I do does not mean shit.
I do have more degrees than you. Means I get paid more.
Not that much.
Another question we had was, what are your thoughts on some of the new changes to Morph Market? There's a lot... I say a lot of changes. There's been several changes on Morph Market lately.
I have no opinion on this matter.
No opinion?
No, because I really don't follow anything on Morph Market.
Amanda Reddy says things they're heading in the right direction, at least for the chameleon community right now. Nice that they listen to actual keepers and breeders over the flippers and quick cash vendors. They no longer are allowing the sale of eggs, which I think is important. Even if you're someone,
be allowing the sale of eggs.
Yeah, even if people are like, well, that's how they do it. That's fine. If that's how you want to do it, that's fine. But the general public doesn't need to be buying chameleon eggs or any other egg for that matter. I think the whole process is weird. And the argument I kept seeing for it, because I saw that post and some people were like, well, it's cheaper. They can get into it cheaper. Well, then you don't need it.
Right.
If the
chameleons are not a get into a cheaper species.
Well, and if the issue is the animals are too expensive once hatched, then maybe the animals are too expensive. Or you're too cheap. That's one of the answers. But it shouldn't be, I only get eggs because this way I can get an animal much cheaper. You could also just get an egg that dies. Like my ball python eggs are on the way to dying.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they're deflated. And they're not plumping back up. I don't know. Oh, well, I won't have ball pythons. I'm heartbroken.
Your child is going to be heartbroken.
Boas are better. Mark Anderson says they are super great. I interact and talk with the owner all the time. Apparently everybody does, because Darian is all over fucking social media right now. Which I guess is good for him. It's annoying for some. Anyways, overall, I've enjoyed it. They've gotten rid of some unsavory characters from Morph Market.
Yep. So
that has been nice. Even some unsavory characters who have been big names in the hobby for a long time and have been basically riding that name for a while. They've gotten them off of they took them off. Darian is really making it. Anyways, they took them off of Morph Market because the problem is some of them have very big names, and then newcomers to the hobby will buy from them because they only know the name. They don't know any of the story or the history or everything that we all know because we're in the hobby. And it just keeps getting these animals, these sick animals, or these animals covered in mites and all that stuff out there. So I do like that. That has been good. I saw some posts recently that people's sales have gone up recently on Morph Market. I don't know if that is for everybody across the board.
It's not. There's been a lot of people saying that they've gone from getting a ton of inquiries to none.
Really?
Like I've seen a couple of people who are pretty prominent who like all of a sudden I'm not getting anything. So there's some bugs, I'm sure. When you have that much rapid growth, there's going to be bugs.
Yeah.
I mean, there just is, and he'll get them worked out. Darian is not in the business of losing money, and he's not in the business of letting that business fail. It's going to be a good thing.
I kind of like the layout, at least on the app. I haven't used the website features, but the layout on the app has been good for me lately. I've enjoyed being able to. I found it easier to search by gene when it's the exact gene I want. Like I know a lot of people go on there and they just want to it's like when you walk through the grocery store and you have no plan, you just pick up things as you go along.
I found out what you said. I looked. Yeah, it's literally one click and you get that.
Yeah. So I've enjoyed that, but I think they're good changes. They're going in the right direction, and so I think Morph Market's doing pretty well.
You know, it had started kind of feeling a little. I don't want to say that. They were still innovating, but it just felt really slow.
Yeah.
And it feels like Darian came in and was like, "Okay, we're going to do it." John's great. I mean,
Yes.
great job, great platform, great program. They needed someone with a business, a little more, John was a programmer guy. I mean, programmer guy, that sounds silly.
He's a
It
computer
needed
nerd.
someone who's built in some very successful businesses
Yes.
like Darian has to come in there and give it a little injection. And, sometimes businesses need that.
Yeah. So, I think it'll work. I think I'll be posting some bows on there in about a month and a half, hopefully.
They all eaten yet?
I'm still waiting for a few more to shed.
No.
I've gotten 10 out of the 15 to shed. I think I'm about to just separate them out anyways and tell them, screw it. Going over to our discussion. Oh, you talking about our giveaway, Katie? You have plans for it?
Yeah, I do have plans for a giveaway.
I got to make a post for it. It'll be May and we'll go with May and June. I'll do it for 2
that'll
months.
work. So I love family game nights. It's one of my favorite things. I know Robert's family, they do a lot of game nights. They can be video games, they can be board games, they can be card games. And so with us being 7 days out from summer break, even though James isn't going to have much of a summer break, but he'll explain that later.
I explained earlier.
Well, you did explain that earlier. So we were at Five Below, and they had a ton of reptile themed games.
They're all here behind you.
So I went a little crazy. So you are going to have to tell us your favorite outing as a family, or vacation or board game. So I got headbands, which is the Jurassic World version of headbands. If you're not familiar with headbands, you literally put a headband around your head and you have a little card and you have to guess who it is.
It's writing a research paper on Joseph Slowinski right now with sources cited.
That's crazy.
That's insane. Operation is fabulous, but it's even better when it's a dinosaur. Dino Doctor.
This next one I'm jealous about, and I may go back and buy myself.
We may go get our own. Instead of Hungry Hippos, it's Hungry Turtles.
It's turtles.
And it's
That's
a turtle
awesome.
version.
I want to play that. I love that.
I know. I'm actually really excited about this dinosaur one. And then
Hungry Hippos on our balls with enough run
I
over.
know.
Whoa.
I said it like that just for you.
Y'all are a mess. And then we actually have several versions of Snakes and
Yeah,
Ladders,
because I buy every single one.
but this is a 3D version, and it reminds me of the
Trouble?
Trouble game where you have to pop the dice in the middle.
Yeah.
So there's 3D Snakes and Ladders.
So yeah,
And then I've also got like some cool books. I mean, obviously, if you don't want to enter our giveaway, whatever, that's on you. You can go to Five Below, and if they have them at yours, you can find them. But
Did I miss it? Are we giving those away?
yeah,
yeah,
it's our May June
it's our
giveaway.
giveaway.
Cool.
But we're gonna
I
get
also
one
have a
turtle
really
one for
cool-
sure.
I have a really cool like reptile workbook. So
If
if
the
you
hungry turtles is missing a ball, sorry.
so I have a really cool like reptile workbook. If you know someone with kids or whatever, it might be cool for you to win, and then you can re-gift. You don't have to keep them all.
You have to keep them all. They come to you from our
And we
heart.
have a few more books. I thought about throwing the books in there too, just making it like a whole big thing.
None of my books.
No, none
Oh,
of your
okay.
books. Not that you've read any of them.
I don't plan on reading any of them, but I'm collecting them.
Ridiculous.
So if anybody wants to read a reptile book, I have it.
Not that you'll loan them to anybody. They have to come sit at your house to read it.
Well, that is true. And I don't like people, so don't come here. Never mind. Fuck you. Go buy your own
Oh my
books.
God.
But yeah, so that giveaway will be up, and we'll have questions you have to answer for that, and that'll run through the rest of May and all of June. So if you're looking for something fun to get, you also have it in all of July because we'll send it out by then. So kids are home during the summer. You want some games to play with kids. Enter the
Or
giveaway.
you just want games for your kids.
I would say
to
kids.
leave you alone.
Danielle's gonna want them.
Totally
She's-
fine with that option too. We don't judge you here.
Danny got some new cages.
Well, I don't judge you.
She got new cages
Did she?
from a guy. I know a guy.
Oh.
Whoa.
Are you okay?
A bug just went in my nose.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the curse of having reptiles in the house. You get this little
Ours have finally,
subsided some.
yeah.
Ours have
They-
gone down.
Ours have gone down significantly, and I know a lot of the people that live around here said theirs have as well. So there had to have been something going on. I don't know.
But yeah, Danielle got some cages from some dude that makes
They're probably all right.
makes some PVC cages.
Yeah.
I don't know. She said they're fabulous. Her indigo is happy.
Well, we're driving down the road the other day, and I got behind you, and your back of your truck was full. What I thought at first was just PVC. I was like, man, because like Thursday, I was like, he would have already cut PVC by Thursday.
Yeah.
And then I ran into Megan the next day
It's really.
as she was heading out of town, and I saw in the back of her truck, and I was like, okay, now I know what was in the back of Robert's truck. It was cages. So,
Yep.
so enjoy your new cages, Danielle, not Daniel,
Just call it Danny.
Danny,
I was going to say, you make life way
Big-
more difficult than it needs to be.
Big
babe.
D. Just
No, sir.
no. Okay.
Cool.
Going through some of the things that were posted over on the discussion group. This popped up in a lot of different places. I think it was actually in maybe one of the Reptiles magazine emails that we got, but it was about the last known female Yangtze giant soft-shell turtle
She
dive.
said no.
But
I did see that about the soft-shell turtle. That was very sad.
maybe if people would quit fucking eating them,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
they wouldn't go extinct.
I had a guy message me night before last. He lives in Friendswood. He owns renterswarehouse.com. So he's like apparently pretty wealthy guy.
Yeah.
But he gets alligators in his pond from time to time.
What a lucky guy.
And the guy who he usually had couldn't get them now wants to charge him for it. So he was like, do you know anybody that'll come get them? And I was like, yeah, I got some people. So then he's like, and check out this soft shell turtle that was in my ditch today. It was like, it's huge. And he's like, I didn't realize how fast they were.
I know how fast they are.
I was like, they're like the Usain Bolt of the court of
Turtles.
turtles.
Oh God.
And then he's like, yeah, we have snakes back here all the time. If you ever want to come over and like maybe try and catch some of them, you can. And I'm like, give me the address.
It's sold.
Yeah.
Where are you in right now?
Yeah, today, when we were on 12 in Louisiana,
Yeah.
I saw a big speckled king that got hit. So I was like really watching, and I looked, and I'm like, there's something in the road. And I looked, we slowed down, and we passed it. But before I could turn around, it was gone. I'm fairly certain it was. At first, I thought it was a black mask racer. The more I think about it, it was dull gray. So I think it was a buttermilk racer crossing the road. But there was no way it was still going to be there when we turned around.
Fucking love buttermilk racers. Darren wants to know what light fixture do you use for your VivTech bulbs? Any that takes a regular screw-in bulb. All the regular, ceramic base, black dome fixtures. We've got like 70,000 of them at our house.
It is a problem. We have so many.
It's never a problem. But we use those.
You're right, because now they're in the garage, not in my space anymore.
That's true. I've got, let's see, 2 up there on top of the chameleon, 3 up there on top of the chameleon. Then I got this double one here on top of the skinks. So yeah, they'll work at any of those. So speaking of VivTech, if you want to save 15% on your VivTech order, use code GUMBO22 to save 15% on your next VivTech order.
I literally told it to write me 1,000-word with sources cited on comparing hemotoxic and neurotoxic venom. And then at the end it says, do you want your sources cited in APA or NLA? And so I said APA, and it did them perfectly.
It's fucking insane.
Like, that's ridiculous. I mean, if you read this,
It is worth it alone for the APA citation page.
Yes, that's
Again,
smart.
Again, as a teacher, this is really hurting me.
Yes.
Now, as the lazy student when I was in school, I would have fucking loved this.
Yeah.
But
They're going to have to figure out. So
but I don't know
I
how.
think the way is you're going to have to get them to come in, and you're going to have to quiz them off of their paper because they should know some of this.
Yeah.
So if they don't study it, they're going to do it. Especially if you like throw in some fake stuff. Hey, when you said this, what did you mean by that?
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it's going to have to come down.
It's
'Cause
going
how
to
else you
be,
gonna know?
you're going to have to start doing presentations
Mhm.
based on the paper with them understanding you're going to have to ask
All right.
questions.
So I had my kids doing a research paper or a research presentation, a PowerPoint research presentation on an animal species. Go ahead.
Darren, did y'all answer that? They thought they produced their own light fixture. They do have one on there, but I think
Yes.
it's out of stock, I believe.
Yeah, and so you can use any light fixture. It's a regular base, screw-in base that will fit into any other fixture. So I know Katie's always like, "Do we have the right fixtures for these?" I mean, I tell her every time it's the same one, and she'll ask
It's not
me.
that little tiny one, like you would think it would be. Looking at that little bitty bulb,
Yes.
you would think it's that little one. Thank God it's not.
Yeah, it's not the little tiny halogen.
I don't think they're even making those anymore.
So that's
I have
actually
some of
what
those.
I kept thinking, because we have a halogen, the little heat bulb, and it has a little tiny little.
I do like
fixture.
those, the micro ones. They're made by.
And so I was thinking that's what we needed. That's why I kept asking.
Maybe they're Zoom Ed?
I don't
remember.
know.
I do like those. They get very warm in a small spot, so they work great for if you're trying to, like, sometimes you have a cage and you have a heat fixture on it, and you just can't get it that extra 10 degrees to get to where you want because your house may be cool or whatever it is. The little halogen mini dome will boost it up. It's pretty good. I've kind of used it in connection with like a ceramic heat emitter to get extra heat during the day for like my Uromastics. I have it on him to get him extra hot. You have one, I think, on something at your school, or you did.
We used to have one on the bearded dragon.
Oh, that's
the
right.
old one before she passed away.
That's right. Your new bearded dragon who's getting fucking huge.
I need to cut back on crickets.
You can't take bugs into the. So he's in the kitchen on the
He
dining room table.
flattens out and looks twice as big as he is. So then it makes me feel bad because I'm afraid I'm overfeeding.
Every time you take any bugs into the kitchen, that guy goes apeshit. He's against the glass. Like you have to cover up everything. Like
He sits on his tank when I walk in the kitchen, and he just like takes he takes his hand and he swipes it on the glass at me
He
like,
waves at
pay
you.
attention to me. Come
Yeah.
feed
she's
me
done before
more."
where she's taken because we gut load our crickets overnight, and so she's taken them before and set them on the table, and also
That
in the
was a
kitchen,
mistake.
but within eyesight. And he gets
I
in the
have to
corner and starts
cover 'em
digging in
with
the
a
corner.
paper towel now.
Yeah,
I think our female that that was so sick when we got her, I think we're about to have to make the decision on whether or not to.
it sucks when that happens.
That was hard for us
She's
with
not
our
doing
older
well. I
one.
was feeding her yesterday, and literally she just opens her mouth, and I have to put the super one in her mouth because she can't even like her tongue.
Yeah,
She's like missing it and can't even get it. And,
Yeah, I put greens in my little guy's. His name's Leonard. I put greens in his bowl the other day, and he picked up the little plastic bowl, flipped it over his head, like shook it from side to side, and then proceeded to eat the greens out of his tank. I'm like, you little asshole.
yeah, that was.
He's fine once you get him out, though.
Our last bearded we had to put down because she never got her weight back after she laid all those eggs. Because twice
that
in her
happened with one of ours too.
in her lifetime with us, she laid just shit tons of eggs.
That one Lily had, and she was way too young. We thought to do that too.
Really,
And she just never grew. She never got back past like this big.
really.
It was crazy. But
That's-
she laid like 20 eggs.
This one laid a ton. She can never put weight back on.
How do they euthanize them? Is it chemical? Okay, gotcha.
I use a freezer, but
Yeah, I'm not-
but there's definitely a chemical.
Yeah, I'll pay the $100 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I would
Or now.
imagine it's the same as with a dog or a
Yeah.
cat.
I saw that they separated yin and yang, and neither one of them survived.
Oh
I
yeah,
did see
Debbie's
that.
Siamese bearded dragons. They make it. They were sharing intestines. I think she said.
Yeah,
They thought the one was going to,
yeah, but it didn't.
but a couple hours later.
At least she gave them the chance, you know.
Yeah.
She did. And that's kind of how I felt like with our bearded dragon. She had metabolic bone disease when a friend of ours got her.
Yep.
A friend of ours got her some better weight, better, eating, but she just wasn't like, she almost seemed depressed. She came to live in my classroom, lived her best life for like 3.5 years. And then she laid all those eggs and they just all went downhill from there.
So you posted something on here from the Asclepius Snake Bite Foundation. That's a hard one to say quickly. Is it like coloring pages? Is that what you posted?
Oh, it's a coloring book. You can buy it on Amazon. Max actually shared it, and so then I decided to share it to the group because I thought somebody might be interested.
And we've talked about them before. That when we had Brent on.
And all of the money earned goes back to the foundation. But it's a really amazing coloring book. It's like an activity book.
I haven't seen Brent forever. Maybe we'll be at Conroe.
Maybe.
No, I bet he'll be at Lake Charles.
Maybe.
I haven't seen him in forever.
But Max, our buddy Max, shared that. So I tagged it on the post.
So that was I saw that. That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm trying to see. Thomas Martin says, listening to the latest episode on Spotify, hearing you all going in on Christianity as ear candy. Look, with that said, Katie is a Christian. I know. Never everybody can be perfect. But
Robert was also raised Catholic. Can I please just point that out?
and he saw the light.
Whatever. Don't make me throw punch you.
He also said y'all going in on the chameleon community.
That just makes me
Also,
see
y'all
that.
going in on the chameleon community. Fuck you respectfully.
Yeah. I still can't believe that God said that to you.
Oh, man.
It's almost as good as your student today in the hallway.
So anyone, even my student, told me to fuck off and hope I would die. So
Really?
told him to have a great day. Anyways, also, there was, I think I got shared about biologists. But I saw this on several different places. A lot of them using the wrong fucking picture. But they were releasing Louisiana pine snakes back into Louisiana and into Kisatchie, which we talked about earlier. And on several of those posts I saw, there were ball pythons used as the picture again and again. But
What? I
on
never saw the ones with the ball python.
it was on like other news channels. Like there was a Texas, like one of the Texas news channels posted the story, and their picture was a ball python.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, so I saw on that I went and posted a picture of my Louisiana pines. Like, hey, this is what they actually look like. But that was cool watching them release more Louisiana pines out. Hopefully they can get that population going. The problem really is though, is habitat loss. You've got to stop cutting down and building houses. That's the big issue. I'm trying to read through. Nathan Hogan posted something about Mediterranean geckos. There's a paper. I'm sorry. Sorry, Nathan. I didn't read it.
Lost him at paper.
He also posted a video of a box turtle going around eating cockroaches. There you go, Katie. You want some cockroaches to take to school here? Box turtle?
Dude, my box turtle.
She went bananas for some worms today, though.
The horned worms?
No,
Oh,
I
those
still have
earthworms.
some of the earthworms left.
Oh, yeah.
Forgot about them, but they are still alive. So I'm like, they'll be fine. So I'm just feeding them to her. The kids were like, there's something moving on her food bowl. They freaked out. And then it dawned on me that I've only ever given her worms or protein with my zoology club kids. So my kids in my classroom have never actually seen it. Yeah, it was traumatizing for a few of them.
You should take the Pinky Mouse and let them watch it destroy the Pinky Mouse.
I did that with the zoology club. My zoology club kids.
Scar your classroom kids.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Blood and stuff was coming out. Travis also posted the story. It was the Fort Worth Zoo that was releasing Louisiana pine snakes. And then, let's see, Nathan posted something for Katie, which was the baby sea turtles.
It was beautiful.
Someone dug a trench for baby sea turtles. I'm just going through all the things on here. World Reptile Day. Megan posted that. Second annual World Reptile Day. Come, if you're around the area, come down for that.
Yeah, it's coming up.
Trying to see what else there is. Oh, this was an interesting one from Travis posted this one. Brazilian frog might be the first pollinating amphibian known to science.
That's cool.
So a frog that pollinates flowers instead of, the bee and butterfly, the things that we're all used to. So that was kind of interesting.
That's pretty neat.
Okay, there's monitors freaking out over a fish. I haven't seen that video. Oh, there's the video of the people harassing the giant leatherback sea turtle. They're in the video, they're helping it.
Yeah.
But really they're just fucking harassing it, and so they can pretend they're helping it as they push it from behind, as it is moving just fine on its own. But I mean, you look at like this video and it looks like an inflatable turtle. It doesn't look, it's just so smooth and huge. It doesn't look real. But I want to see one of those in person. They are massive. I did see something sad. I think I showed you that the M Toxins Venom Lab is shutting their public side of the Venom Lab down. They're still going to have the Venom Lab going, but the public side, which sucks. I never made it up there to go see it. We had them on a couple years ago when we did our All Venom October.
Yep.
And we talked to them, and I hate that we didn't make it up there. Oh, airline passenger stopped with 22 snakes and checked baggage.
It wasn't just snakes, though.
Oh, was it not?
No, they were trying to smuggle stuff into the country. They just did it very badly.
Reptile people don't ever do that. Please don't look too hard at our community. I promise, we're good.
I want to say there was a chameleon in there and something else. I forget. It's been a minute since I read the article.
One thing that was really cool, check out, if you're not following Reptilandia, Reptile Lagoon on Facebook, you should definitely follow. We talked to Ari before about that, and they have opened up half of Reptilandia, but there's a whole other half that we are anxiously awaiting. But one of the most recent pictures they posted, I don't think people understand the size of these exhibits. Now, don't get me wrong, Ari's not a big guy, but there's a picture that he posted of him painting one of the trees for the exhibit, and it's a life-size, huge fucking tree. Like it would put any zoo you could possibly think of to shame. And this is a privately owned collection, not a big public zoo. And so I cannot wait until it is done and we get to go see it in person.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Because
this tree that he is painting, I mean, I can't. It's probably, I don't know what, 8 foot across in diameter.
Yeah, they're looking for volunteers to come help paint.
Yeah,
have airbrush skills because it's so much.
And that's going to be the croc monitor in there. Like it's just the scale is just amazing, and as someone who's worked at zoos and been to a lot of zoos, I love zoo setups. That this thing is just,
this is out of this world.
I can't imagine the size of these exhibits they have, and it's going to be so much fun to see in person.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Here's a bullshit article and video, and I guess it's a matter of who's watching the video on how you judge it. But it says sheriff's deputy rescues hawk from snake's coil.
What?
Motherfucker, you just interrupted his dinner.
Yeah.
Also, you probably not his dinner. What you probably interrupted was a snake getting attacked by a hawk, and the snake going, "Oh yeah, bitch," and getting payback.
Yes, that's what I was about to say.
And it always drives me nuts when people stop things in nature from happening. I'm like, we rescued this. I'm like, no, you stopped nature. Now look, If you stop a cat from killing something, have at it. They're not part of nature. No matter how much people want to tell you, they belong there and it's their job or whatever. But like shit like that, just like it's like with the turtle. You weren't helping the turtle. The turtle was fine. It wasn't stranded on the beach. So, oh, Nathan posted a picture of the poisonous snake, which is poisonous. It's the tiger killback. That is a poisonous snake. It's always a fun one to throw out there. Going through some. I haven't seen this picture. Joe Smith posted one. It was a picture of what looks like a retic. Maybe a retic wrapped around a monitor lizard. I hadn't seen that picture. That's kind of cool. Just nature. You scary.
A little bit.
Going through some of these. Oh, here's one with just like box turtles fighting. I haven't seen that. I've missed a lot of these things that got posted.
How'd you like the racist ass tortoise I sent you yesterday?
So Robert sends me a video of a racist tortoise. This person had a white shoe on. Well, had black tape on their shoe.
On one side.
On one side of the shoe, and the tortoise was just going after it. And when they ripped the black
black
tape,
the shoe.
And when he took the black tape off and revealed the white shoe, the tortoise went, "Oh," and turned around and walked away.
So then he went to the other foot, and they had a black shoe
with white
tape. And he was just like, "Oh, cool!" And they pull the white tape off, and he just starts attacking the shoe.
What?
I said it to him and John, and I was like, "This is racist ass tortoise."
Now, in reality, the tortoise is a dark color.
Yeah.
And so obviously males of the same species would also be dark.
I'm going to go find that video real quick and go ahead and post it in the group so that
people
can see it.
But
of course, we message so much. I got to go back like 400 freaking.
It is a funny one to see. I'm trying to see what else there is that I may have missed. I'm trying to just listen.
There it is. Oh, yeah, it was on Nature's Metal.
Nathan Holcomb posted an awesome picture of a kestrel eating a mouse, which is really cool. Oh, I love this one. It's a meme that someone shares it. I heard, or I guess a post where someone said, I heard when a rattlesnake is mad and it shakes its rattle at you, that you can actually grab the rattle with your hand to stop the noise, and this makes the snake calm right down and go to sleep.
Let me know how that works.
Please don't do that. Please. Now, look, I would.
If you're, look.
If you're going to do this, video it so the rest of the world can watch you be an idiot.
If you're dumb enough to do that, you need to get bitten by a rattlesnake and probably exit the gene pool.
I have students that would see that online and go, "It was online. It's real." Like, and that's not a joke. Like, I know literally if I had
my comment stands.
Oh, see the person that found the speckled king snake? He posted. It is a beautiful speckled king.
Mm-hmm.
We did get some good news though at the last reptile show. My speckled king snake, which is probably the prettiest speckled king snake I've ever seen.
Yeah.
The person that produced it, Jim Sargent, is going to be breeding them again.
I think yours may have actually been one of the last litters.
It was clutches still
that he had.
And so Robert is anxiously awaiting that project to start back up again because man, they're pretty. Oh, I didn't watch it, so I didn't listen to this 911 call. Did you listen to it with the cassowary?
No, I didn't.
It kind of made my stomach hurt, and I didn't think I could.
The title says "Man approaches world's most dangerous bird. His 911 call is bone chilling."
I didn't listen to it.
I did not listen to it because I didn't want to hear someone get killed by a bird.
That's so funny.
The racist tortoise.
Like, just like over and over and over the shoe. Oh, they did a brown shoe and he attacked it too.
Jesus Christ.
And then they put white tape over it. He's like, "Oh,
racist.
We're friends."
Racist ass tortoise.
Yep. I didn't go that far the other day watching it. Oh, takes off the tape off the brown shoe with black tape on it, attacked. And then takes off the black tape, kept attacking.
Jeez, fucking racist ass tortoise. So anywho, that's about all I have. Trying to think of anything going on hobby wise that I can think of. US Ark is still fighting.
Todd just sent me a question.
What?
I know that a lot of people in the community are tired of ball pythons and all of the publicity and popularity that has come with them in the past few years. Question is, what is everyone's opinion on the subject of the attention it has brought to the community in general, as well as bringing others into the community to find other reptiles like colubrids that they might not have known they liked?
I've always said ball pythons have progressed this hobby more than anything else.
It's a gateway drug.
And not even just in that, it's in the fact that we have rack systems, cages, heating. We have companies that make so many reptile snake-based things that they wouldn't have before if they were not as common. So they have definitely pushed the hobby forward. Just fucking boring. I don't get it. You know, now I'm also apparently going to end up being a failed breeder because my fucking eggs are going to dry up and die. So apparently, even though it's 100% humidity in the box they're in, but that's why I like boas better. They do all the work, and I just show up and I take all the glory. It's amazing. But as far as ball pythons, look, they've got their place. It's just, it gets very annoying listening to somebody who has been into snakes for all of 3 months talk to me like they're now a genetics and snake expert.
The customer's house I was at today said he had one of his friends who just got his first retakes tell him, because he has a clutch that's supposed to pip any day, you need to cut those eggs, man. They're going to dry out. And,
No.
and he was like, dude, come back to me after you've produced, an egg.
See, that's,
Yeah.
that part drives me nuts, is that you get so many people into this hobby. And like, it's not just ball pythons. I know it's not just ball pythons. The problem is there's so many people that own ball pythons, and it's such a huge part of the hobby that there's a huge part of it that is fucking annoying, that are ball python people. It's the same. There's annoying people. Look, my chameleon's going to die over there because of my horrible care, according to the chameleon people. So there's annoying fuckers in every part of the hobby. Just ball pythons don't fucking do it for me. That's it. I mean, I like pieds. I've got a banana pied because it's got the 2 genes in it that I think are cool.
I love pied ball pythons.
And that's about it for me. And don't get me wrong, there have been some cool ball pythons. I'll see, I'm like, that's really neat. But the problem is, as far as the way their color and pattern works for me, a lot of times in 3 or 4 years, they're not that cool looking to me. And so they don't hold my attention. Just like when Katie's like, I want I keep wanting to say an anery, but it's a, how are they, whatever, I forget. I know what anery means.
I don't know.
Ball pythons, they don't use the word anery. They use, why can I not think of it? Xanthic.
Oh, yeah.
Katie wants an xanthic
So
ball python.
pretty.
But then I showed her a picture of an adult,
Yeah, not as much.
and it's pretty fucking ugly. Whereas I find with a lot of the snakes that I keep, a lot of the boas I keep, they get better with age. So I don't know. If you like ball pythons, have at it. But if you're anybody coming into the hobby, I don't care what you keep. Just learn to listen sometimes.
A kid got robbed getting off the school bus in Starling Lakes.
Yeah. I already
Yeah,
saw
that was like last week or something.
I
Yeah.
guess, yeah.
the guy they're looking for is
They
like
pistol whipped.
17.
Yeah.
They pistol whipped him.
Yeah.
I think that makes
That's like the next neighborhood down.
Yeah.
that's where my school is.
Yeah,
and I
it's
think
right there.
that's why we don't have backpacks anymore.
Oh, really?
We stopped carrying backpacks last week. And all we were told was there was an incident. It's not up for discussion or debate. No backpacks on campus.
Somebody commented, "What the fuck, Pearland? Your Houston is in my yard again. Can you please take them back?"
Facts.
But yeah, Todd said he agrees with the topic of people being overly know-it-all. And that's my problem, though. That is my problem, is that
Babe, I love you, but sometimes you are an insufferable know-it-all.
yeah, it's different.
Why?
I at least have experience to back up a lot of things I talk
This
about.
is true.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Like I'm not pulling. I've pulled shit out of my ass, but I'm not pulling most of it out of my ass. Like
Right.
I'm just saying, don't be hypocritical.
I didn't watch one person's video on YouTube, and now I know genetics, and now I can tell someone what they need to look for, what they need to breed, how they need to raise it. The temps, like it gets annoying. And Robert gets those people because they're the same people that come buy a rack for their 5-ball pythons they just bought because now they're a breeder. And don't get me wrong, he's going to make his money off of them. Yeah, but those people are still fucking annoying.
I'll even act like I'm interested in your snake. That's
Robert
not true.
will even look at pictures and go, "Oh,
I
that's
am
cool."
interested in. I mean, I am. I like to see people when they come up and talk to me how excited they are about it
Yeah,
and how they're just they're where I was a few years ago. And I like to see that. I'll tell you one thing I really enjoyed recently was we did that Polk County Pagan Market, and we let probably 15 people hold a snake for the first time in their life. And to see their reaction, it was either terrified or overwhelmingly it was just like joy. People were so excited, so happy to hold their first snake, and it's a big, it was a big berm. Not even a big berm, but a
good size one. For the general public, it's massive.
Yes, yeah. So that was awesome. That's probably one of the things about reptile shows that I enjoy more than anything.
So, like our buddy Paul, right? He's in general speaking, very new to the hobby.
Sure.
He has produced snakes in the last year, but he doesn't put himself out there as a know-it-all. He'll ask questions.
He'll tell you, I'm not a breeder yet.
Yeah, he asks all the questions. He wants to know more, and that's fine. He didn't make one clutch of eggs and then become Justin Kabilka.
That's right.
Like me. I mean, I am. Don't worry. Even though my eggs are in there.
I'm sure Justin's had a clutch die before too.
My eggs are in there dying in the other room right now. But so like that's fine. But I mean, we've all met. If you've been around shows enough, you've met the people that are just fucking annoying. So that's my problem.
Oh, yeah.
Ball pythons in general, though, they have their place in the hobby. They have progressed the hobby faster than anything else has in the hobby. So they're good. But they're not good for me because they're boring as fuck. I'll take boas that are apparently going to be black and gray, even though I want them to be red. Fucking Henry. So,
Yep.
anything else going on? Florida, anything else happening in Florida? Have you seen anything new? They're still just, I think they're still waiting on some body cam footage. They haven't got all the body cam footage yet.
Kevin McCurley put out another video maybe a week ago. It was all a bunch of the body cam footage, and it was bad.
What was that? The one? It was one of the guys, but it wasn't the other
two of
guys.
them. Yeah, it was the cop who showed up later to help,
Yeah.
and then it was one of the other guys. They didn't have their cameras on apparently for like the first 3 or 4 hours.
Well, and then there's a whole section in there that they turn the microphones off.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that shit too. But none of it looked good. It all looked pretty fucking shady.
Yeah.
Darren says, I hate that in snake ID groups, a lot of the snakes are dead. If it is dead, what the fuck does it matter? So I'll play devil's advocate here. At least they are asking for an ID, and it gives you an opportunity for them not to kill it the next time.
Yes, that's how we approach it in ID groups. That's why we don't allow people to shame for dead snakes. And, some groups like the group that I comment and I'm very prolific in is Southeast Texas Snake ID. We want the people who run that group, who I'm friends with quite a few of them, they want dead snakes in the comments. So you can choose whether or not you look at it. Now, some people don't follow the rules and they get reminded, hey, please put that in the comments. But I agree. I hate opening up my feed and seeing what kind of snake is it. Like the other day, I told you somebody sent me a picture. Hey, man, is this a cottonmouth that I killed? And it was a big-ass female, probably gravid mud snake.
Ugh. Yeah. So here's one. So, and I'll air a little of my dirty laundry out there. There's a part of my family that I don't talk to, and I only follow them on Facebook to see if somebody dies. But they posted a picture the other day of a rat snake in their chicken coop. And of course, a bunch of people in the comments talking about kill it. It's going to eat all the eggs. And then I'm like,
that's a copperhead.
Now they at least knew it was a rat snake.
No,
a chicken snake.
Knew it was non-venomous.
And everybody's talking about kill it. I'm like, well, what do you expect when you put food in its house, like in its yard? Like you put food there. It's your job to build a chicken coop so that the snake can't get in there. If you're going to have chickens and eggs, there we go. I went dark for a second. But if you're going to have chickens and eggs, it's your job to make sure the snake can't get in there. It's not the snake's job to not get there. So anyways, they didn't kill it that time. And then I get tagged basically a day later. It came back because it's a rat snake and there's free food there. And it's a picture of them with the dead snake. And I get tagged in. I'm like, well, my response, literally, first response was, that's fucked up. And then I basically called parts of my family stupid because they were stupid. It was the only good snake's dead snake. And they try to reason the reason. Well, I gave him a chance and he came back. If that's not how that works, the snake didn't go, oh man, they didn't kill me the first time. I won't come back now. The snake went, there's food. I'm gonna go back to the food. You don't want snakes. Move to the middle of the city. Live in an apartment complex on the 15th floor.
Still might get one here. It's a rat snake.
But don't put free rat snake food in a yard and go, oh fuck, why did this rat snake show up?
Yeah.
You put food there. And then people are like, well, it's hard to keep them out of a coop. It's not hard to keep them out of a coop if you use small enough wire.
You tell them, okay, go join the Pro Snake Poultry Group. And they have a whole list of tips on there on how to do that. So that pissed me off. But in an ID group, I get it. It does suck. And I do like the putting the picture in the comments.
because it definitely does suck seeing like a dead mud snake, something that I want to find a big live mud snake in the wild. And so to see a dead one, and I've seen several of them this year, that hurts. But you hope that you can tell the person what it is and they won't kill it the next time. That is really, education is the biggest thing. And that is, I think, I know I come across as a dick on here, mostly because I am. But usually I'm pretty good at when I'm trying to educate somebody by not being a dick, unless they have called for me to be a dick, and then I will definitely give them what they want. But I try to educate people on stuff all the time.
You give them the dick.
I give them the dick.
I was like, we're about to make Katie go.
Yeah. I've rolled my eyes more tonight than I have in a while.
But I want to try to educate people, hoping that they won't kill it the next time.
Yeah.
Now, look, I understand 9 out of 10 people are probably still going to fucking kill it the next time.
So my new standard thing in like talk of groups, the local ones where when someone posts a snake, because you're inevitably going to get all the dumb no ropes and blah 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 and bad ideas.
It's a danger noodle.
So
I was just thinking danger noodle.
my comment has been, I have it like saved in my phone, and I just copy and paste it, and I'm like, please join the Northern Brazoria County Blood Megan's group,
Sorry.
where you'll get quick and accurate IDs.
My bad.
There are several of us who give offer free relocation services, and you'll not get any of the nope rope blah blah blah. You know,
Yeah.
I forgot how I worded it, but it sounds okay. And Megan's like, every time you post that, I get like 15 new requests. Well, she asked me the other day, like 2 days ago, she's like, hey, we're coming up on 1,000 members. You want to be a moderator? I was like, sure. And she's right. Every time I post it, it's like boom, 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 one after the other of member requests. So,
And again, Darren, yes, most will still kill it the next time. We know that.
but if one doesn't,
That's our hope. Our hope is that one doesn't, or the reason I bring snakes to school is to hopefully maybe some of these kids will not be so afraid of them, even though maybe the parents are. You've got to hope you can save one snake by doing this. It's better than doing nothing.
well, and I see a ton of people in the groups that are like, I joined this group 6 months ago, and I was definitely afraid of snakes, and I killed all snakes, and now I understand. I see that a lot in the group, especially this time of year. A lot of people that are like, now I just relocated my first snake. I would have killed it a month ago, but this group helped me learn that these rat snakes are good, and that's what I always tell people is like, yeah, you might lose an egg here and there, but those rats eat a lot more.
Yeah,
the rats that get in your chicken coops eat a lot more than one egg.
And spread disease.
And yeah.
So we need to go road cruising, by the way.
We do. After seeing that one today, I'm like,
yeah.
Is it dark outside yet?
No,
I haven't
It's-
even
You
yet.
have to
It's
take
dark.
Joe up at 8.
Yeah, it's overrated.
it's still.
Send her
You
in.
could easily drop her off here and then go.
No, I can't do it tonight.
He's
I've
been
literally
driving all day.
All day. I picked Todd up at 8:30.
Well, somebody is having a birthday this weekend, so maybe that's what y'all can do with him this weekend.
That is
Yeah.
true. Robert's son is having a birthday, so if anybody wants to
It was the third.
send him money for his birthday, feel free. Contact Robert. You can send Robert
Oh,
money.
Victor Lariano found a. Is it Eastern or it's an Eastern or Everglades rat inside a tree.
I don't know.
It's in Florida, so
Yeah, I'm trying to think what that is. Everglades are usually like yellow, aren't they?
that was yellow.
Although, unless you ask, they're all the same rat snake, right? Isn't that the way they're all
I don't know. I
classified?
can't keep up with rat snake taxonomy.
Oh, taxonomy says that all rat snakes are the
I
same.
just go to Terry Herring and read what he says about it. And okay, that's good enough for me.
So, anyways, yeah, I get it, Dan. Snake ID groups are tough, but as a hobby, we've got to do better at not automatically yelling at people, and trying. Now, some people deserve it. Some people are there looking for a fight, and I'll give them one. But remember, because I give them the dick. What was it not? That was not the right phrase.
No.
Oh, okay. My bad. Don't give them the dick. Unless they ask for the dick.
No.
Oh,
Jamie.
okay, I just-
Where's my wife's on yet? Sorry.
Oh,
Y'all.
so anyways,
I'm delirious, Katie.
I know.
I've been up since 4:00 this morning.
so what do we have coming up? So this month, like I said, we're doing a giveaway. I'll get that posted tonight or tomorrow. I'll try to get a picture of all the games, and I'll get a whole thing for that. We'll do that giveaway. That'll run through June. Again, If you want to say 15% on VivTech, code Gumbo22. Please use it. Go order your bulbs. Try the VivTech bulbs. If you have not, do it. Nathan Holcomb says, "Don't censor me, Katie."
Respect your husband.
Respect.
That's been a hot minute.
That's been like 2 years.
For those of you that don't know, we had a listener that left us not a 5-star review.
They left an anonymous review.
Because my husband was such a and they did not appreciate how horribly he treated me.
Yeah.
And that he should show me more respect, and it was beautiful.
My response is usually,
Bitch, make me a sandwich.
Whatever.
that's
I already cooked you dinner.
It's, how much did you pay to listen to this podcast?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
How
I was
much did we
like,
make
if
for doing
you
this podcast?
only knew.
How much does it cost to do this podcast?
It costs money. That is fact. Every time something comes out of our bank account, I'm like, what the hell is this? And he's like, oh, that's for the podcast.
So throwing this out there, we do have a Patreon. If anybody wants to join our Patreon and you join, chunk in like $3 or $4 bucks a month, that would be welcome. I did start a what's it called? I know that sounds bad because I can't think of it. It starts with a D. Well, I know we're all on D's today. Fuck me. Discord. I started a Discord for. Fuck. I started a Discord for our Patreon. My dick's sore. What? Discord for Patreon.
My parents are downstairs, man.
So as soon as I figure out how that works, join our Patreon. You can join our Discord.
Right.
And
We'll put out some content.
I'm like, I don't even have this app, so I have no clue how it works. I don't have a Twitter. I don't have an Instagram. I don't have TikTok. I don't have any of that.
The Discord looks fun because we could have small group chats with our listeners. If someone has a thought or something happens, they can post it there.
How is that different than the Facebook page?
Because it's a conversation.
So it's like a direct message.
Yes.
So basically, we just have DMs now.
Slide into our DMs.
But it's everybody in one group.
Darren, OnlyFans is coming later. I've got to do this for a while.
Only if we get you in the Speedo, Darren.
Jesus Christ, it's
Since
not coming.
James has to make that happen.
That is not going to happen.
I mean, can't you add that to the merch store? Do they not have that?
They probably do. It's not fucking happening.
Oh, come on.
I don't want to see any of our listeners. Well, wait.
I
I don't want to see any of our male listeners in a Speedo.
I don't think they make one of my size.
But yeah, so we do have a Patreon. I don't plug it enough. I probably should. I listen to some of these other podcasts and they make money somehow, and I don't know how that works. But if you've got an extra like $4 and you don't want to buy a cup of coffee this week, throw it our way. Go join our Patreon.
Make your own coffee.
Make your own. Yeah, you lazy bastard.
I don't even drink coffee. So.
I don't know.
I'm going to make this into a sign. It's a shirt somebody's wearing. It says, hating popular things doesn't make you an interesting person.
Unless you hate ball pythons, feel free to hate those.
There's that.
I don't know if anybody else in the chat has anything else. Any other questions? I've got a guest lined up for the next 2 weeks. I'm interested in the one next week. It'll be cool. It'll be fun. And then the one in 2 weeks is very interesting. Robert talked to this person, and it'll be a very interesting one as well. So. And then Katie's going to try and line up some guests.
I am. I'm going to work on a couple before I go out of town.
Yeah, there's going to be 3 weeks this summer that we will not have Katie here.
Nope. The week of my birthday, I'll be in New York. I may not even make it to listen to the podcast that week because we will be leaving. I have to be at the airport at 4:30 that morning on Tuesday. Thank God it's just a hobby. So it's like I'm actually considering just getting an Uber.
Yeah, I'm not waking up to take
Because, that's the second day of your internship. So, and then we come home, and then I'll be at camp for 2 weeks, like last year.
Yeah, I'll be doing genetic stuff. So I'll be just like
Dr. James doesn't get to lay around his underwear all day for 3 weeks.
No.
But I'll be like Dr. Ben Morrell. I'll be like him. And I'll be like Travis. I'll be a scientist. I'm the same as those guys.
Oh, babe, you're so cute.
Dr. Warren,
like
Dr. Warren Booth. I'm just like all of the doctors.
I'm going to call James. So what'd you do there today? Washed out beakers.
I was like, clean shit.
Yeah.
I went and picked up coffee for somebody.
Learned how to use an autoclave so I clean their beakers.
Yeah.
That's probably what I'm doing. I don't care. They're paying for me to be there. I can buy a drone and a cool ass camera. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward.
Mike will watch it when they can actually see me and you.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh no, we're good.
I'm looking forward because I bought this switchboard for cameras, so we can switch cameras and do all the cool stuff. We have one camera, So like, there's no switching right now.
Oh, yeah.
But once we get it, I'll be able to like switch it close up to Katie, and then
Why?
a farther away one.
Why?
Because
I don't wear makeup or even fix my hair for this thing.
Me
Let's
either.
leave it like this.
I don't know who Facebook user is, but they said I'm a spitting image of Dr. Booth, and I agree. We are the same, just like me and Kabilka.
Oh my gosh.
I am a chameleon. I am just like so many other people.
That's Nathan Katz that said, "Well, I always join at the end," but I can't see who said that about Dr. Booth.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting the camera. I'm gonna start doing some wildlife photography, which I think is gonna be a fun hobby to get into. So I'm looking forward to doing some wildlife photography. And we found out that we can get Katie's camera. She has a nice digital camera.
That's like 15 years old.
It still works.
It's a great Nikon, though. I really do love it.
We found out that we can get a new lens for it for like $80. There's a used camera store in Houston, and we can get her new lens, and it will work for $80.
Yeah.
So you guys may see some nature photography coming from the Lewis household this summer. What, Katie just saw something.
My mother just sent me a video of this girl with tarantulas as big as her back. I bet it's in Australia.
No, that's probably a bird eater.
She's like 4. Just chilling.
We were eating today in DeRidder, which if you're going to Louisiana, that's probably not one of the places.
DeRidder's not, but no.
No, but that's okay.
Yeah, like your mom was telling me downstairs.
See, Jeff Frager
We
said he
don't
can't hear our microphones either. I don't know what it is
go
and why our sound is bad tonight. I'm sorry, Jeff. I don't know.
And I had somebody come up because we were both, Todd and I were both wearing shirts. And he started asking, "What do you guys do? Do you make stuff for tarantulas? I have like 800 tarantulas at home."
Cool.
So, yeah. So I ended up going out to the truck and stood out in the parking lot and talked to the guy for like 20 minutes when the pizza got cold, but it was all right.
They're like, yes, I do,
Yes.
and I will.
Yep. So showing him pictures and his wife. And he's a retired correctional officer from California.
Showed him all the acrylic stuff he can
And
now
I'm
make.
like, yeah. And I'm like, how did you end up in DeRidder, Louisiana from Fresno, California?
Yeah.
And their son's in the military. I guess there's a base right there.
Yeah,
Dur-
not far.
DeRidder is not the part of Louisiana you go to when you visit. It's not that part.
It's a surprisingly big town.
Yeah.
Like there's a Harbor Freight.
Yeah.
Go there today. But apparently all the restaurants suck. They all had bad reviews. So I found a little hole in the wall pizza place that was pretty good.
That seems right for DeRidder.
Like they have a steakhouse called Double D's Steakhouse.
Sold.
I was like, if I had a sandwich shop, I would name it Double D's Stackhouse. Just get the double entendre there.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I do too.
So Jeff said our microphones are, I don't know. Hopefully, I'm going to feel horrible when I go to edit this, and if it is fucked up. But
Yeah, right.
I don't know why I got nothing. Hopefully it sounds well. So that's it for us. I think we're going to head out.
Yeah.
We'll be back next week with a guest, someone more interesting than
On
us.
Wednesday again.
Oh, yeah, next week we'll be on Wednesday. So listen, I know the Herpcast comes out on Wednesdays. And if anybody that's watching us watches that one also, because we're normally on Tuesdays, please watch them next Wednesday. You can go back.
Yeah, you can go back and listen to us.
You can listen to us on any place that you can find podcasts. But go watch theirs.
Yes, please don't pick between the two. Like, just go. Yeah, it won't hurt.
I think they have a pretty interesting guest next week about hog noses. So, pretty good hog nose breeder on next week.
We just have obligations with our kids, so
Yeah.
we have to reschedule from Tuesday to Wednesday. But it's almost summer, so those will be happening again for a while, and then who knows what our schedule for next school year will look like.
I need to sit down and look at a calendar, see how far we are out from. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know how to count, but how far we are from episode 200. Like when it should happen.
Falls.
Nathan, Herpcast is our buddy Sean Gray from the Herps Reptile shows. He does one on YouTube every Wednesday where he talks to a different vendor, and it's a lot of our friends and all. So, but yeah, I need to figure out where episode 200 is going to fall, and we need to plan something for that one. Maybe a menagerie of guests from the last
a round table like we did after the freeze.
Yeah, but hopefully we don't have anything horrible that we have to talk about. I forgot that was forever ago.
It feels like it was, but it was only 2 years ago.
Jesus. 30. Yeah, I can count, Todd. I don't know what day that is.
Yeah, and we'll have some time off between then, I'm sure.
The
Yeah.
first week of January.
Oh wow, it's not until next
Yeah,
year.
33 episodes the first week of January.
You figure there's 52 weeks in a year and it's 33, so that's a pretty good ways off.
It just felt so much closer.
Mhm.
Also taking off a week in there probably for Thanksgiving,
And Christmas.
probably Christmas. Although we get some recordings, we will have episodes. So yes, somewhere around the
So
beginning.
so sometime in January.
Sometime beginning of the new year will be episode 200, and then we can retire.
Freaking stupid cottonmouth on the front of the kayak has been making the rounds again.
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh,
Oh, my parents are gonna pick up Joe.
Oh sweet.
cool.
All right, so we're around here. I'm just kidding.
No, y'all be by yourself because I'm going.
I have a tutoring gig in 20 minutes, so.
So anyways, thank you all for hanging out with us this week. Again, shout out to our sponsors, Little Shop of Horrors. If you're looking for feeders, insects, or rodents, give them a holler. Little Shop of Horrors. What?
Look at Blake. It's two of his iguanas.
Oh.
And no, it says, what kind of wrestle move is this?
Check out Lone Star Reptile Racks, lsreptileracks.com. Nathan says he's good for another hour. Yep. I'm glad
Shut
you
up,
are.
Nathan.
Glad you are, Nathan. I mean, I could, but both of them would kill me if I tried that.
I have something to do at 8.
That's true. I have to give Katie this room at 8.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why y'all want to start, didn't you?
Yeah, I have tutoring on Wednesdays at 8 o'clock online.
She tutor some kid in
New Jersey.
New Jersey.
I get $20 a week for it for 40 minutes of playing grammar games. It's easy money.
No, I'm gonna see enough kids on a regular basis. I'm not gonna do extra. Again, our next show is Lake Charles in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever that is.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. So yeah, come out to if you're anywhere in.
No. Yes. Shit.
I could have done that. I literally did that, and then you.
1, 2, 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Oh yeah, Darren's in Jersey. He can go. I mean, wherever that girl lives, he's down the street from her. That's how Jersey works. He's right down the road from her in Jersey.
That's hilarious.
Just what
New York this
just
summer.
ask her what exit she's at. Ask Darren what exit he's at, because that's all it is. It's just everybody lives off of some exit off the interstate. Darren, what exit you live off of? That's all. It's one fucking intersection or interstate straight through there, and then
I have no idea.
see what exit? I told you.
I literally only know her through the online tutoring program.
It's just a matter of what exit. So, anyways, I'm trying to think if there's any. See 3, exit 3. He's like right in there. You're almost not in New Jersey, Darren. You know you're allowed to move. It's only 3 miles away. You can get out of there if they'll let you out. You got anything going on at the shop besides just cutting stuff with your laser? You have sharks with freaking laser beams on their head?
Not yet. I should make that as a cutout.
Yes.
Not doing it tomorrow.
The laser is cool. It will get you fucking high though if you open it up and just breathe it in. That shit is dangerous.
Yeah. I'm thinking I might need to do some PBE because I've been coming home with a headache every day.
You should probably stop breathing that stuff in. It can't be good for you.
Sometimes I think lemon's overrated.
Yeah, Darren, come on down. You can get venomous and tigers. That's the only reason to live in Texas.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to
It's
get
not the
my.
only reason.
I'm waiting for my tiger. They give you one when you get here. I'm still waiting on mine. They're on back order.
Get one at the border.
They give you a gun, a tiger, and a rattlesnake.
You know what I saw today that I haven't seen in a long time?
What?
One of the checkpoint for 18-wheelers on I-10 between Beaumont and Winnie, open.
Oh, really?
I thought that thing was abandoned. I haven't seen it open in years. Like all the 18-wheeler drivers were like, what?
We have
You
to
could
stop.
see they were like, whoa, we got to pull in here.
Oh, also, I keep this sign. I know the sign still behind me is not up on the wall yet. That's just because I'm. What's the word I'm looking for?
L-A-Z-Y.
Lazy. That's right. I'm fucking lazy. So I gotta just move. I gotta move these two. Wait, where are they? Wait, I can do it. These two over this way. This is very tricky to do backwards, and then hang the sign
Instead
up.
of using a pencil, why don't you come get my laser level? Shoot it right up on the wall.
Could do that.
Is that a pencil or is that
100% that's a pencil.
That's pencil.
James Lewis?
You helped me do it. Don't give me that
I
shit.
do not recall this.
I did not do this by myself.
I don't remember you writing on my wall.
Give me shit. It was covered by the sign. That was kind of the goal.
Yeah. I didn't think it'd ever be seen. It moved.
Fucking chameleon fucked up my line on the wall.
Good job, Jim.
God damn chameleon. Look at him. There he is down there hanging out on the bottom. Just
He
staring at
does
you.
that sometimes. But look, he's pushing on the bottom. I think he knows. He knows he got out that one time.
Oh, we got out?
Oh, so,
Oh, we didn't talk
Fun
about
story.
this.
Shit.
Fun story. It was
Sorry.
short. No, it's a good one.
Okay.
So we came in and we're
James
looking,
is like, I can't find the chameleon. I'm like,
and
"Back
sometimes
off,
he's
man."
up behind stuff and he's hard to find, and we're searching, but this cage is only so fucking big. And then I thought to myself, if he's not in there, look up, and over
He's
here
up here on top of the.
on top of our curtain,
Yeah.
he's sitting up there on top of the curtain rod. Someone, not me,
It was me. Okay, it happened.
left the bottom
He was up
door.
there?
Yeah,
He was on. He was right here on the corner.
left the bottom door open, and
I did
and he
because
pushed
I
it, got out.
dropped a super worm.
So it took
and
him like 2 hours to get over
I-
there.
it's like, yeah.
Slow as they walk.
I'm just thinking he had to climb down the wire there for the water,
Got to the floor maybe.
and then got all the way to the curtain, and climbed straight up
They
the
don't
curtain.
jump, right?
No,
No.
no.
You're like, oh, they barely walk.
Yeah, I'm saying.
But
Walking
he
in the
does.
struggle.
Look, he's pushing on it. I guarantee you that's what he's doing.
Yep. He knows.
He
that's
knows
what
that there was a way to get out there.
And then we put him back
What
in,
the hell, man?
and then we fed him some hornworms, and like a minute after we fed him these hornworms, he got these like 1980s neon pink and yellows and oranges along his spine. Like just right.
Are they still there?
Oh, they're still there. He hasn't changed
Yeah.
colors. He's bright. He's got neon pinks up there on top of
Yep.
it. Like
Huh.
it is.
We've
You gotta
changed
taste the freedom.
lights. We thought that like
We thought maybe it was the heat, but like he wasn't even under the heat when it happened. It just like
I'm pretty sure the Reddies think I'm crazy now because I felt like the worst chameleon parent in the world.
You think that's why they think you're crazy?
Shut up, Robert.
so. Anyways, that was our chameleon story. I was not the one that let him get out.
It was my fault.
Okay, let him get out. So we'll be back next week. Thank y'all for listening. Check out all of our sponsors. Come see us at a Herp show. Again, code Gumbo22 on VivTech.
You know what I did the other night?
What'd you
I went
do?
and caught that little baby cottonmouth, got out there with a tub, and realized that we grabbed the tub with no latches. Like one of the latching lid tubs with all the latches are broken off.
Oopsie.
So Logan puts the lid on, and I'm like, "Where's the latches?" And he's like, "They're not here, Dad." And I'm like, "Shit!"
And it was a
So-
pissed off cottonmouth.
Oh,
too.
dude, it was luckily it was little, but yeah, it was mad, angry. And so I take it to the truck. And I'm like, "Fuck, okay, I can't like just have Logan hold the thing shut while I'm driving down the road." So
You don't want to live dangerously.
yeah, so Rachel got some bungee cords in her truck that I knew were back there. So I was able to bungee cord around it, and we drove it farther away than I like to because it's literally in the middle of the neighborhood. It's right over here in where the roundabout is.
Oh yeah.
And then that canal, that stop sign, you go left into that neighborhood, all the way in the back against the old sand pit. He's like, yeah, 8 or 10 a year. He's like,
Really?
we get him out here. So now he has my number, so he can just contact me directly. But so I ended up taking it over here by my old storage, where that curve is on the road.
Oh, yeah?
in that big ditch. We just carried it down in that ditch.
That's a good spot.
Put him in the water, and he swam on.
I am hoping with the new camera, and I'm going to be one of those annoying people, but I'm hoping to film some, like when we go out herping,
Mhm.
and how to properly move a snake from the road.
Yeah.
I do want to film that, how to properly, I probably need to get legal for that too. I need to go and get a license and a vest and all.
We need to get a Texas.
But I do want to do that and film some of that kind of
So
stuff.
the thing is, you buy it now, it expires August 31st. You can buy another one.
What does?
Yeah, you got to get a hunting license.
Yeah.
And you have to get the reptile permit. They're August 30. They're September 1st to August 31st.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
not-
you
they're
don't
not-
have your camera until then.
They're not year to date. You
Oh.
can buy a fishing license year to date, but you can't
Really?
buy a hunting license and the reptile permit year to date.
Jeff said use red electrical tape around the venomous tub. It works for the folks in Hamburg.
Yeah, there you go.
That's all you need. I warned you that it's venomous.
Yeah.
We're good. The person asked for the guest. I don't know which guest you're talking about.
You're looking at
Several guests.
What are the guests?
Uh,
And the hosts and the comedic relief and the play-by-play.
Darren said film some of the relocations. Yeah, I would love to film some of our relocations
Yeah.
and stuff that we get.
This one was.
I mean, I'm normally in flip flops, so that means I got to start wearing real shoes.
So the guy told us this was Monday night.
Yeah.
Yeah, after we had like 6 inches of rain that day, and he's like, "Hey man, just be warm. My backyard is like ankle deep water, so I wore my snake boots over there." And because I asked him, it was like 9:30 at night, and I'm like, "God, I don't want to go over there. And the snake's not there." So because the photo he posted was obviously in the daylight.
Yeah.
So he texted me, and I was like, "Is it still there?" And he was like, "Let me go check." He's like, "Shit, it just went over the fence in my neighbor's yard." So he texted me back, "All right, it's up against the fence. I'm just gonna hang back, so I won't go anywhere." And sure enough, I got there. He goes, "Up there it is, right there." So I went over and grabbed it with the tongs and set it in the tub. And I was at his house for maybe 2 minutes.
Those are always
And,
good ones.
Do what?
Those are always good ones.
Yeah, you don't have to go digging through anything. I hate it when it's like in a garage.
Yeah, and they haven't seen it for 2 hours.
And they're like, it's a copperhead. And you're like, yeah, it's a rat snake, but thanks.
Or I have no fucking clue it is because you don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And now I'm trying not to die
Yes.
in here.
So, as soon as I grabbed it with those tongs, it was your typical little cinnamon rolled up.
Because you didn't go to the one with me and Katie.
It bit the freaking tongs like,
I'll do it.
Bam, bam, bam. I could hear freaking things hitting the tongs.
Katie and I went to one where they had an entire row of bricks, like 6-7 bricks high along a wall.
So
I had to remove bricks and hope that it
I
wasn't.
went to their neighbor's house because that was the HOA president Brian that y'all went to. I went to his neighbor's house a few months later. Same thing. She had all these bricks piled up in the garage, and that's where the snake was.
Yeah.
And I flushed it out and I went under the fridge, and Logan reached under the fridge and pulled it out. And I said, "You get rid of these bricks." She's like, "My lawman will get rid of them tomorrow."
Yeah, those are a horrible thing to have.
Yeah. I mean, Russell heard some flip flops if he's got shoes on. If he's got shoes on.
I'm not taking the risk. Russell is not my measuring stick for things that I will or won't want to do. They're all things I will not do.
Right.
They're not things I will do.
Right.
So, all right, guys, we're out. We'll see y'all next week. Thanks, y'all, for watching, listening. Have a great week. Good night.